Hello guys. Today I want to talk about how you all need to set some boundaries in place and call them out if they are toxic right from the get-go, so you don't have to be the one who's suffering. This emotional turmoil that you guys go through all the time, and my DMs are fully loaded with these kinds of questions and concerns. Y'all are facing BS from either your friendship circle, from colleagues at work, from your in-laws, from the friends, literally from the people that you chose to have in your life with your own hands. And you're facing toxicity from them even though you were the one who chose them in the first place. Okay, so let's learn what you have to do in order to deal with that kind of stuff. So, first point, can you please start calling out people in the first go as soon as they do something weird? Call them out. Call them out in the beginning to set some boundaries in place so that later you don't have to be the one who suffers. Does that make sense? Right? You guys waited out for too long. You're like, let me be the nice person. I know she has said this, or I know he has done this or said this, but this time I'm just going to let it slide. And that one time turns into the second, the third, the fourth. And you're still waiting there trying to be the nice person and trying to keep it peaceful between you all and not say a word when you are the one who's at mistake. It's your mistake, right? You should have called them out in the first sign of toxicity and disrespect or rudeness or misbehavior or maybe their foul language. Call them out, set the boundaries, right? Do that in the first go. Don't wait the second time around, the third time around, because when you keep waiting because you want to be the nice one, you want to keep it peaceful or whatever, well then, you know what? You just elongate the process, and by the end, you now resent that person because you waited it out too long and they didn't stop with their toxic behavior and you didn't have the guts to say anything in the first go, and now you have to get along with it. Now you have to deal with the consequences, right? And the consequences sometimes are not really very appropriate because you will always end up in a debate or a very nasty fight. Okay, so every time you meet new people, this goes for all my girls and guys, okay? It goes for everybody. You meet new people, set boundaries in the beginning. And that's a high value trait to have, by the way. And the reason I use this term a lot nowadays, because a lot of my content recently from let's say from the month of May onwards, has been kind of rotating around the high value series. I have a whole high value women series on my YouTube. I've started the high value men series on my YouTube just recently. A high value is that you set boundaries in place, point, period, and blank. Esha Bukhari, hello, you're literally therapy, Esha. That's so sweet, thank you. I am very well, Mavish. How are you today? Guys, any questions? Tell me what's going on in your life. What are you dealing with at the moment? I would like to know, because when I come live is the best time that you can literally ask me any question that I will answer. The problem is I'm not able to answer everybody in the DMs, right? Because now that gets a little too much. It's only this much time I have in 24 hours, and I can give it to either my students and the clients or the coaching, students that actually have the guts to pick up the call, book a call with me and actually discuss things with me, what's going on, because they really want to help themselves. Only then somebody else can help you, right? So I have to divide my time between all those things, and then I cannot really reply to you all in detail when you are inside of my DMs. That's very tough. It's humanly not possible. I won't be doing that. Long time. I'm live all the time. I have a bunch of YouTube videos that you all can watch any time of the day, right? There's no long time for me. Anytime I want to be live, I'm here. Next thing you gotta do. Don't fall for people when they're trying to gaslight you or manipulate you. Don't do that. That's a big mistake now. Now the thing is, every time you try to set boundaries in place and you call out the next person, right? They will always try to now gaslight you and manipulate you. They will make the whole situation turn around and put it all on you as if you were the one doing something wrong. I think generally speaking, if I test people in a person, the most crappiest thing that I see, right, which is kind of like a deal breaker for me personally, when you're not able to handle a complaint very well. Like if somebody's telling me, hey Esha, you know what, I don't feel very okay today. I really don't want pictures of us in public. I'll be like, yeah, I respect that. All right, cool. Nobody take the camera out today. No, that's it. That's being a good friend. I'll do that. However, if I'm going to be the one, why do you not want pictures? Oh, come on now, come on. No, you're going to make it boring for everybody else, blah, 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 blah. I'm not now respecting somebody's boundary, right? It's just a small example. There could be like bigger things that happen. But when you don't respect somebody's boundary in the first go, you try to break their boundaries, always put it back on them. Oh, now you want all the attention, huh? Oh, you don't want this because blah, 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 blah. Oh, you're being selfish. Oh, you're making it worse for everybody else. Why are you doing this? You're ruining everybody's plan. If I say all these nasty things, now I am not dealing with that boundary of that person very well. I am literally turning it around and putting it right back on somebody's face. That's disrespect. That's manipulation. Now that's me being a gaslighter. It's very interesting because a lot of you guys always ask, Esha, how do you deal with a narcissist? I have a narcissistic partner. I have a narcissistic friend. Now, here's the funny thing. When you are listen, this is really mean. It sounds bad, but hear this out. When you're a gaslighter, tell me who can even gaslight you? No one. When you have a little bit of flair of narcissism in yourself, tell me who can be narcissistic in front of you? I'm sorry. I know this sounds really mean. It is what it is, though. Does that make sense? It's so important to have boundaries and respect other boundaries as well. Yes. Yes. When somebody says, hey, no pictures, that means no pictures. If somebody says, yeah, I only eat halal, then that's all they do. If somebody says, hey, I don't want to drink, then that's that. If somebody says, hey, I don't like to go to that kind of place, don't drag me there, then that's that. Hey, I'm going through something. I am probably not able to do this right now with you all. I cannot join the activities, blah, 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 blah. Respect that. That's a boundary too. They're literally telling you their boundary. What are you doing now to make them feel at ease? Because if you are somebody's friend, a relative, you are in a relationship, whatever it is, and you're not letting the other person feel at ease with their boundary and respecting their boundary, you're not validating their boundary. It's like your boundaries, they can go to hell. We're going to do this anyway. Well, then you are the toxic person for them. Right? And guys, always remember, guys and girls, all of you, we all are toxic in somebody's books. I can tell you this much. You know, you may be watching my content because you are going through a lot of things. Obviously, my niche is self-development. So you all who listen to me, you guys go through a lot of things. Some of you guys go through depression. Some of you guys go through really toxic in-laws. Some of you guys go through life in general with a very scarcity mindset, and you're finding it difficult to really live a good life freely and laugh freely and smile freely. You all go through a lot of things. That is why you watch my content, right? And that's why I'm here, obviously. But always remember that right now you may be watching my content because you are in trouble, but remember you also have been trouble for somebody else also. Like in somebody's book, you are the narcissist too. In somebody else's book, you have been the gaslighter too at some point, or maybe you are right now, or maybe you're about to be. We don't know. Okay, in somebody's book, you're also very toxic because you have not respected their boundaries at some point also. That is why my whole content will always revolve around you being accountable and responsible first. Be really, really good at self-study and self-analysis. Literally, my top 10% frequency course, for example, on ladyesha.com, get in there because tonight the price is changing. We are going up, honey, because so much valuable content is being added to it as we speak. And it's a very potent, life-changing, powerful content. It's like it shifts your mind just on a whole new level. And then these small little problems, it will be so easy for you to deal with these problems because now you have switched your identity, entered a new era, entered a new frequency. That's why. I have a question, opinions about a guy who keeps asking for financial support from his partner. As a woman, I feel I want to be pampered too. Is this a toxic relationship? Yes, Safa, it totally is. And I don't even know if you have been watching me for a while. I don't know, are you new to my content? Because if you're new to my content, you should 100% know that I am not a feminist. However, my content revolves around self-improvement, accountability, responsibility, right? I want you to improve your relationship with yourself, with money, with life, and with the people that you have around you, whether it's your family or your partner or your husband, fiance, children, whatever it is. It's module number 3, all about family, social dynamics, and healthy relationships between men and women. Module number 3 in the top 10% frequency course on ladyesha.com. Learn these things. Learn the basics. I also have a whole ebook out. Have you read the ebook? It's a whole book. Somebody just asked me, can you recommend books? Let me tell you something. The amount of study, experience, and all of the failures and crap that I have seen, yeah, I've gathered it all together and written it all down for you in a simplified version in my new ebook, which is called The High Value Women, also available on ladyesha.com. Have you read that? Because some of you guys don't even do the work, but have a lot of questions to ask. Who can help you if you're not even helping yourself? Right? And if you watch me, Safa, yes, if you watch me, you definitely know that you, as a high value woman, you do not entertain someone who is a lazy person sitting on the couch all day, doesn't even have his finances together, but wants everything from you. That already, like, literally, even the sound of that sounds ridiculous. You ladies are entertaining literal guys, I don't want to say names, but literal guys who are all on the couch all day playing probably PlayStation, and if they had a chance, they would literally live in your house. In that house where you pay the bills and rents. You are not his mother. You're not his mom. Stop acting like the mom. Get out of the frequency of mommy and step into the frequency of the diva, the girl, the dream girl, the woman, top 10% frequency women. That's that woman. You need to get these things down, right? It's not difficult. It's just all about accountability. I really appreciate your content. I really need those advices right now because I'm going through so much that I can't even share here. Well, a phone call option with me is always available for you. I'm here for you, Sabah. I am that online sister you guys wished you never had because I'll be calling you out on a lot of BS. I'm not going to be playing along with you. No, when a sister is wrong, she's wrong. And I'll be the first one to call you out on that. If you're being very unrealistic and super silly and just not doing yourself a good service, I'm going to call you out on that. Call me. I'll tell you. In fact, any of you ladies or men, you guys are going through things, pick that call. Book a call with me, ladyesha.com. I'm here for you. What's the problem? Let's talk. There is always a solution to everything. Are you just ready to receive a solution? Because now, here's the problem. I've been talking about obviously setting boundaries today. Have you set boundaries with yourself first? Have you done that first? Because that part is very important. Also, we always talk about other people are toxic, other people are narcissistic. We have to set boundaries with other people. Have you set boundaries with yourself also? You know how they look like? It goes something like this. My name is Esha. Okay, Esha is going through this problem. What's Esha gonna do? Cry all day? Overeat all day? Overindulge? Be overwhelmed? Overeat? Is that what she's gonna do all day? Or is she going to set a boundary with herself and say to herself, hey, Esha, listen, I know this crap is going on. Give yourself 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. Think about it. You want to overthink? Overthink about it. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, now done. 1, 2, 3, step out of your brain. That's it. Let's go to the gym. Let's go out with friends. Let's bake a cake. Let's do something. Let's make some content. Let's go get some flowers. Let's go grocery. Have a long bath, take a long shower, something. Let's go to the spa, let's go to the salon, let's go shopping. That's a therapy a lot of ladies use. Whatever works for you, you do that. Have you set that boundary with yourself though? The boundary that keeps you away from being toxic to your own self. Have you set that boundary within yourself first? Or are you just busy setting boundaries with other people, but you don't know your own boundaries? What are you doing? What are you doing? If you ladies are dealing with, ladies and men, dealing with toxic people, whether it's at work, your family, your relationships, your friendships, blah, 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 you need to understand one thing. Setting boundaries is your first step. As soon as you see something fishy, you set the boundary there, okay? So next time the same thing doesn't happen because the person now respects you more. And every time you will set a boundary with someone, they will, well, 9 out of 10 times, they will always somehow end up respecting you more anyway, because now they see you, okay, that this person has some self-value and self-respect, and that is why eventually they will respect you more anyway. Respect yourself first though. You cannot receive respect from other people if you don't even respect yourself, if you don't even have boundaries with yourself. Value yourself because you are important in your life more than anybody else right now, unless you have children. Obviously when you have children, your children are more important than you. Badly ignore toxic people. Ignore toxic people. In case, Let's say the boundaries that you were trying to set with someone didn't work. Let's say it didn't work. Let's say you had to let that person go, which may be a very hard thing for you to do. You had to let them go, however. What's next? Remember that toxic people do not need closure. It's you who's thinking, maybe I need closure. Maybe I need to go back to my ex. Maybe I need to go back to that friend that left me last season. Maybe I need to go back to all of these people. Maybe I missed out on the best thing that ever could have existed for me. No, honey, no. They went for a reason. And toxic people never need closure. You're the one sensitive person over here sitting there crying and you think you need closure? For what? Toxic people don't need closure. Have you ever thought about that? So yes, once they're gone, you ignore toxic people. You do not do anything about it. They're already busy playing the game on someone else. This is what toxic people do. Men or females, both of them are good at that. Okay? In fact, we all know women can even be more toxic, 100 times more toxic than men. We all know that. By the way, I know I have been like drinking out of my little crystal glass and a straw, that golden straw. And I kept saying on each of my live, oh my God, I need a tumbler. I need a tumbler. I think that's how you pronounce it, right? Finally, I have a tumbler. Today I was at the mall. I had to meet a client. And it's very interesting. Well, I cannot disclose things about clients. Obviously, it's very personal stuff. But they were going through something with their relationship and the finances. I'm going to talk about that later in 5 minutes. But while I was at the mall, I had lunch, which was not very good. I ended up at this restaurant cafe, which I was like, what is their menu? Oh my God, so basic. Below basic, by the way. Anyhow, let's not nag about that. It is what it is. I found this at the mall too. And I'm like, oh my God, I literally saw this on a display in the window. How funny is that? Like some random little shop. And I just went inside and I'm like, this is the one I need. This. It's simple. I like it. Yeah, it doesn't have any, tacky things on it. I like it. Very nice. Toxic water. This is how we're going to stay hydrated throughout summer. It just makes me more excited to do lives, When you are a person of a certain frequency, you always stand behind the energy of, what? That I deserve only good people in my life. Yes. Only good, healthy individuals and wise people enter my life. Yes. And only healthy individuals who are mentally okay for my well-being stay in my life. Yes. Oh, hell yes. Okay. You stand behind the energy and the belief of these 3 statements that I just said. That only good people enter your life, only good people stay in your life, and the ones that are not right, they just leave by themselves. Amen to that. We do not have to do any manual hard work, any labor. We have to do nothing for that. What's not right for us, we'll just leave. It will just go because we do not need that in our life. And we are not going to do anything harmful to anyone else, neither to ourselves, but just let people just naturally just flow away from our life if they're not good for us. We stand behind that energy. That's the whole difference between an average person and then the ones who are in the top 10% frequency course. Because their whole aura is a changed aura. They're like, please talk to us. They don't have to manually do anything. Let me remind you of something. Having this problem that I'm dealing with toxic, narcissistic, gaslighting, this, blah, blah, blah. It's a very Uber girl problem to have. It's a Kareem boy problem to have. It's a very below average problem to have. You know that, right? A top 10% frequency woman is like, what's this? We do not entertain that. What is that? And it has nothing to do with you being too bossy, too assertive, too masculine, blah, 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 blah. It's just your aura. It's just your energy. It's just your frequency. It's just who you are. You do not attract people that are way below average with their aura, with their personality traits, with their mindsets. You do not attract, like, you can't even relate to those people that are like very, very Ibel and Kareem level. Does that make sense to you? Why? Because your frequency is as such. It just doesn't even sit well with people who are right here. Over here, Kareem boy, literally the lowest surface level people. Kareem boy, Uber girl. Can't get any lower than that. Can't get any lower than that. Don't take that as an insult, but if you're there, go up. Go to the middle level. Become the rich babe energy. We're not going to call it bitch anymore. We've changed the name to rich babe energy. It just sounds a lot more appropriate. Goes well with my content also. I don't want to sound too harsh. No, not nice. Right? And from there, then you go to the top 10% frequency women. Literally, then that's it. That's like a full stop. That's it. Now you have your life in order, because now you will function like the top 10 in your friendships. Socially, social dynamics will be in order for you. Naturally, all you need to do is walk through life. You got to do nothing. It will just happen for you because you have the top 10 frequency. Does that make sense? You can easily mend and bend everything and everybody without even raising a finger. That's frequency work. It kind of is a lot similar like inner work, but with frequency is a lot different game. It's more about the whole existence and the aura and the energy that you come with, and you enter with that in a room. You can do it differently for yourself. You can mend it and bend it in a different way for yourself. Maybe you're the one who wants a lot of attention, the good kind or the bad kind or whatever. It's all doable without you moving a finger. You do that with your frequency, nothing else. It is a little bit of manipulation, yes, but only until it becomes second nature to you. Then anybody who's average, toxic, not good, narcissistic, gaslighter, blah, 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 they do not even enter your vicinity. They can't even come closer to you because your frequency just doesn't match theirs. They can't relate to you. They don't like you. They'll put you on the sideline. Good for you, because it saves you a lot of time and energy and effort and money too. Anyway, call out people, guys. Call out people at the first sign of like rudeness and disrespect, okay? Because by calling them out, you're showing respect for your own self. That's number one. Number two, raise your frequency. Do the frequency work. I invite you to get into the course. The price is changing within the next few hours or so. I know it's midnight. I said I'm going to do that at midnight. Sometimes I like to leave it a few extra hours here and there, because sometimes people are like late, they're outside, and then they DM you, hey, sorry, is it over yet? I just came home. It happens a lot. So I'm going to give you guys a chance. The price is going up. It's literally going to double. So much value is in there, and it's priceless. And you got to value the course in order to value yourself, and then value your next identity that's about to be born within no time. Enter and start doing the work right now. The online course is obviously a digital program, and so much more master classes and stuff like that will always be added. You will always have lifetime access. Literally, you are only winning with this, because as we grow and go bigger and bigger and bigger, all the master classes will be added onto the course, and you will have lifetime access. So once you entered, even if the price changes like next year from now again, you will still be entered already without paying anything extra. Like elite level education can't even get any better than that. Any questions? I will be sending you guys an affirmation list. I posted that today on my stories as well. I am going to be sending a beautiful heartfelt email. There's a lot of affirmations for calling in abundance, health, wealth, great people into your life. If you go to ladyesha.com, just scroll down on the bottom. You can just give your email and just sign up. When you just give your email, enter your email over there, and once you're signed up, I will be sending you an email. Like beautiful affirmations that you should speak out loud every single morning, every single day, to activate that kind of new energy. You will see the difference. Do this. This is literally for free. If you can't even help yourself with that, shame on you. That's all I'm going to say. I'm always going to be calling you out on this. I think this will be it for now. I hope this was useful. I shall see you in my next video. Keep your ish together. That's all I'm going to say before I go. All right, guys. Thank you. I can now close this live. Bye.